The late afternoon sun cast long, thin shadows across the red clay paths of Olamideye, a village nestled near the rolling green edges of eastern Nigeria. 10-year-old Emeka carried a heavy basket of freshly harvested vegetables, while his younger brother, Uche, 7, followed close behind, expertly balancing a water gourd on his head. Between them trotted their little sister, Neka, a giggling bundle of 2-year-old energy, occasionally chasing butterflies. "Keep your eyes on the path, Uche," Emeka instructed, ever the responsible older brother. "We must be quick before the twilight." It was then they heard it, a sound that was too deep, too heavy for the rustle of goats or the bark of a dog. It was a guttural, terrifying thump, followed by a slow, dragging sound in the tall grasses, just off the path. Emeka froze, his heart hammering against his ribs like a panicked drummer. His eyes, quick and sharp, spotted the danger instantly. A massive male lion, lean and powerful, moving with deadly purpose towards their small group. The beast was not hunting, it was eliminating a threat, or perhaps simply eliminating the easiest meal. Its gaze was fixed on Emeka. "Emeka, stay still," Emeka commanded, his voice tight but steady. He quickly set down his basket, grabbing the thick, sturdy walking stick his father used for herding cattle. "Uche, take Neka. Hide her behind the market stall foundation now." Uche, though his eyes were wide with pure terror, didn't hesitate. He scooped up his little sister, who was beginning to fuss, and scrambled over to the stone foundation of an unfinished market stall, shielding her small body with his own. Emeka stood alone. He was a small boy with a big stick against a creature of mythic strength. The lion paused, confused by the sudden change in dynamics. It was used to scattering prey, not facing a defiant, stick-wielding child. Emeka remembered the stories the elders told. You cannot outfight a lion, but you can confuse it. He let out a loud, high-pitched shout, not a cry of fear, but a battle yell, and slammed his stick against the ground repeatedly, kicking up dust and dry leaves. He looked much bigger in the dust cloud, a silhouette of furious energy. Uche, hearing his brother fighting alone, felt a surge of loyalty override his terror. He couldn't just sit and wait. Peeking from behind the stall, he saw a pile of broken pottery shards and loose, sharp stones. He began throwing them, not at the lion's head, which was too terrifying to aim at, but at the tall grass behind the lion. Thwack, thwack, thwack. The random pings and bangs coming from an unseen direction startled the beast, making it nervous about its flank. Emeka saw his opening. As the lion momentarily glanced behind itself, annoyed by the mysterious noise, Emeka took 2 quick, brave steps forward and thrust his stick hard into the dirt in front of the animal, stopping just short of its massive paw. The movement was shocking, a direct challenge. The lion let out a massive, earth-shaking roar. It was a warning. It lunged not to bite, but to swat. Emeka ducked and rolled just as the hunter's paw tore through the space where he had been standing. But that lunging sound, followed by the roar, was the signal the village men had been waiting for. They burst onto the path from the forest edge, carrying torches and their own sturdy tools, responding to the children's earlier noise. Confronted by the sight of many men and the sudden blaze of firelight, the great lion knew the advantage was lost. It gave one final, powerful snort of frustration, turned its back on the brave boys and disappeared, silent as smoke, back into the eastern bush. Emeka stumbled back toward the stall, dropping his stick. Uche rushed out, still clutching Neka, and they collapsed into a gasping, dust-covered heap. They had done it. 2 small, determined boys, armed only with sticks and sibling love, had successfully defended their sister against the king of the jungle.